Hey everybody, Michael Snyder, California Weather Watch. Today is August 8th, and right now we're looking at the visible satellite imagery. You can see the remnants of Eugene down here spinning. The moisture surge eventually starting to make its way northward towards Southern California. Should move up across Nevada eventually in the following days as well. We'll take a look at those details. You can see the Baja Peninsula over here, the marine layer bubbling around the coastline. Taking a closer look here, you can see it infiltrated some of the valleys in Central California there as well. Northern California also kind of moving down the coastline. Less sunshine than there was yesterday, but if you go inland a bit here, you can get into that nice sunshine. Lake Tulare out there as well continues to exist, and El Nino, how much rain will that drop, how much snow across the mountains is going to depend on just how that long that lake is going to last, probably at least a year or so. And again, across higher terrain, you can still see that snowpack across some of the higher Sierra Nevada out there as well. A little bit of forest fire smoke moving across the area, but nothing too crazy. Nothing, sometimes it can get pretty bad as we start to roll into the summertime months here. You can see some eddy action there off just to the northwest of San Francisco as well. So looking at this, if you want to buy a nice affordable home weather station, click on that link down below to save 10% off. I have 3 of these at my house. I'm testing them. They're doing very well against much more expensive weather equipment. And yeah, highly recommend this station. Nice smartphone app with it as well, all solar powered and wireless. Taking a look at this, look at San Diego, California, talking about the chance for some rainfall even into the lower elevations. A little bit better chance across some of the Los Angeles metro here versus San Diego, but you can see kind of that chance existing. Do you guys believe here? Cross your fingers if you'll have rainfall in the summertime here. Maybe it will happen. This is also for Thursday too, so we got back-to-back days here, Wednesday and Thursday. And again, this is National Weather Service San Diego, California, issued very early this morning. On this day in Southern Cal weather history, you can see, again, remnants tropical cyclone brought some light rain and these thunderstorms across some of the higher terrain in the valley areas out there. The deserts can bring some interesting conditions. 50-foot wide canyon with 4 feet of water there. 21 club members stranded. Look at their Jeeps were demolished there, so you can get in trouble out there. It's always good to know when these thunderstorms are possible across some of the higher terrain when you're out there. And you can see this. Look at 1989, just Death Valley there. Flash flooding covered all lanes of Highway 395 with 2 feet of mud there. Had to close the highway there for a long time, so you can get stranded out there. Be prepared for that stuff with this thunderstorm activity. And look at this, National Weather Service Los Angeles, kind of a rare scenario here with the potential. It is still a low risk, but there is the chance of some thunderstorms here late Tuesday night to Wednesday night coming up here, and fire starts due to dry lightning possible. Brief heavy rainfall. You guys know the drill here. But yeah, kind of interesting during the summertime here. Maybe a rare treat coming up. This is like in Phoenix, Arizona. You can see the temperatures hovering around 110 here, still above average, but nothing absolutely too crazy there. It's been a pretty warm summer out there. I'm looking at, this is Las Vegas here. You can see some of the desert areas, some of those gusty winds. I just wanted to point this out if you're out and about. Just kind of be expecting that. And you can see Death Valley about 114 today. And yeah, Death Valley Las Vegas 103. There you can see Needles 110, Lake Havasu City 109. Typical summertime stuff out there. This is looking at Death Valley yesterday, 117, the warmest in the lower 48 states. Look at that 30 at Bryce Canyon, Utah. Pretty chilly. Now looking at the NAM3 cam, we took a look at this yesterday, and you can see that moisture surge moving northward. There's the actual remnants of Eugene there. Look at that thing just kind of spinning right up over Southern California here. So interesting stuff here. Maybe we can trigger a couple thunderstorms for the lower elevation. Nice summertime treat there across Southern California here coming up. This is a wider view of things. Hawaiian Islands is there. You can see Hurricane Dora rolling south of the islands. Remnants of Tropical Storm Eugene there, eventually pushing up across the region, bringing some increased moisture all the way up and through Nevada here as we go through the end of the week as well. So be watching this closely. It'll be interesting to see what this brings for tomorrow. Probably a better chance for thunderstorm activity, though, still across some of the higher terrain. Now, looking at the European, this is yesterday afternoon's run, 500 millibar heights. So put it in motion. You can see the little weakness that is the remnants of Eugene there, but we've got this troughing kind of still hanging out here. And this upper level low looks like it's going to be persistent through our extended forecast. So maybe keeping those temperatures from getting too crazy across the region. As you can see, the big ridge looks like it's going to build off the coastline of the Pacific Northwest as we go through the following week here, and the ridge looks to intensify a bit across some of the Southwest as well. So we'll watch for that potential for some rising temperatures here through the extended forecast. More on that here in a moment. 12-hour precipitation total. This is the European. Last night's run, the most recent. And now as we scroll through on into Wednesday afternoon, look at some of this activity along the coastline, some of the higher terrain. But then look at this as you go through Thursday morning, the European still showing that 12-hour total here. So this will be mainly Wednesday night, but moving across the area, look at this. activity across Southern California. Do you believe? Even across a little bit of the desert area, some of the higher terrain up towards the Sierra Nevada, and then eventually into Nevada here by the time we go into the end of the week coming up. And look at some of those amounts showing up over the Sierra Nevada here as you go through Thursday night into Friday as well. So yeah, nice interesting stuff here. Nice little summertime treat. This is 80-meter wind speed, and you can see kind of those gusty winds as you roll through the day today. You'll see them pick up a bit there as you go through the afternoon hours, afternoon and evening across some of the higher terrain especially. So just have a heads up for those, especially the truckers out there on some of the highways and freeways out there, and kind of a repeat of that as we go on into tomorrow night as well. Now this is looking at Los Angeles. Check out the ensemble runs. Some of these are showing some pretty good amounts. Look at these. Some of these ensemble runs up over a half an inch, and even one has 1.1 inches. They control just maybe a couple hundredths of an inch there as well, but it will bring cloud cover and kind of suppress the temperatures across some of Southern California as well. But yeah, interesting stuff here with the mean around 0.2 of an inch of rain. Maybe some rare summertime rain coming for Los Angeles and San Diego, California here. The control actually picked up the 0.2 of an inch of rain there. It's kind of on the high side of all the ensemble runs though, however. Now, the Big Bear City, bigger amounts across the higher terrain. Look at that, up towards a half an inch there in a 24-hour period. So, yeah, some thunderstorm activity likely here as we go through Wednesday night. This is looking at thunderstorm potential. They did not include Southern California here, interestingly enough, here over the day 2. As you see, they pushed it a little bit west into western Arizona here, but did not include them. Even day 3 did clip Las Vegas here. But yeah, we won't let that ruin our fun here across Southern California with a thunderstorm potential. Bakersfield, California, you can see the potential bounce back as the ridge starts to strengthen here as we go into next week. But in the meantime, some nice seasonable temperatures as you go through the early portion of the weekend at least. Redding, California, something similar there. At least you're not well up into the 110-degree point until potentially next week, and we have a few days to watch that potential ridge developing. Los Angeles, you can see these temperatures this time of year right around 80 degrees here, and then the spread in the ensembles as we get into next week for potential bounce back in some of the heat. Burbank, something similar there as well. Phoenix, generally above average, just barely so as we go through the later portion of this week. Then the potential bounce back exists here through next week. We'll watch that closely. Same thing for Sacramento. Look at this, some nice seasonable temperatures here coming up through the end of the week here. Shut off that heat for a while at least before another bounce back is potential. Has the potential to come for next week. San Francisco, you can see the normal highs this time of year about 67, 68, and that does climb here as we go through the end of August here. But right along the coastline, it's that marine influence here. But you can see we've got some ensemble spread. Maybe we'll warm up a bit here as we go through the end of the weekend into early next week. Las Vegas, something similar here as well as the rest of the stations. 6 to 10 day, much of the West Coast is supposed to be above average here through August 17th, and something similar there all the way through August 21st, as well as much of the rest of the nation. Here we go, 6 to 10 day precipitation. Not looking at a huge signal there for some of that monsoon activity as we go through August 17th. Looking at August 1st through August 7th, you can see a lot of the south above average here, some of the mountainous west below, the Washington, Pacific Northwest coast above, some of Southern California a little bit above here as well. But yeah, we'll monitor this. We'll just let this run through the month of August and kind of play along. You can see the Northeast getting some nice cool weather to start the month as well. And this is so far in 2023. Has that been updated? August 7th. The big yin and yang between what the West and the East have been getting so far this year. But anyway, yeah, this moisture surge riding up here over the next couple of days. Going to be interesting to see. Can we squeeze some measurable precip out of this across some of Los Angeles, San Diego metro areas? We'll check it out. Sometimes these can bring surprises with thunderstorm activity too. So we'll watch this closely tomorrow morning. We'll do this again. Hope you guys can join me. Click like and subscribe. Leave some comments below, and I'll talk to you guys again tomorrow.